guys, today is such a special day. Today we are celebrating birthdays on Local on 2, and we are pumped. I'm Laura Schweizer.
Yes, and I'm Stephanie Langston. We're celebrating a lot of milestones later on the show as school turns 12, but our first guest is celebrating his 19th birthday.
Yes, you know John Foster from his time on American Idol, and as of today, you'll know him on the Grand Ole Opry stage. Happy birthday, friend.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, the doors have completely opened for you. Being in that circle has got to be the best birthday present ever. What does it mean to you?
Well, you know, I'm really big into country music. You know, music, of course, I'm a musician. I love all kind of music. I listen to jazz, I listen to gospel, I listen to everything. But there's nothing truly like country music, and there's no place for country music to sing country music like the Opry. And standing in that circle was an experience that I'll never forget, especially today when I stand in that circle on my birthday. It's like two amazing things combining. It's truly going to be a great time.
Ooh, and those that have tickets are in for a special treat. If you have never heard him sing, let's take a little listen to Tell That Angel I Love Her.
And I'd give anything I had to talk to her again. Each tear that falls on my guitar is a hug from afar. Lord, won't you tell that angel I love her as y'all live in the stars.
I love that song.
Thank
We
you.
saw you perform that on Idol, and you were very emotional. You say it was a song that was inspired by grief. Please share that story and the special audience member that was out there listening at the time.
Absolutely. So on December 31st, 2022, it was the worst day of my life. You know, two really good friends of mine were killed in a police pursuit that had gone wrong, and they tragically lost their lives at 17 and 16, I believe. And it was such an unexpected tragedy that, you know, it does something to the body, to the soul, and to the mind. And there's no really good way to express that other than music for me, at least. You know, music was a way to channel all of that grief, all of that tragedy, all of those feelings that I was experiencing, which are really complex. You know, you're angry, you're hurting, you have this grief in you. And I was able to create something that's beautiful. And to this day, I say that Tell That Angel is the most beautiful, yet the most terrible thing that I've ever created, because it's a harsh reminder of that day, but it's also a way to cope. Not only with that day, but I've received hundreds of messages of people that said, you know, I lost my grandmother, I lost my mother, I lost my aunt, and your song helped me. We played your song at my daughter's funeral. You know, it's just, it's such an honor to know that my song plays a part in the lives and the grief of many. It truly is.
Yes, and healing too.
Oh man.
You know, I heard about your uncle Galen Martin, and how he was really the guy who kind of pushed you quite literally into music. Talk about your backstory for those who are unfamiliar, because it's really incredible.
Man, incredible is the word to describe it. I think it's, you know, it's really interesting, because, you know, for the first 15 years of my life, I was just not even, music wasn't even, you know, a possibility for me as something to pursue. I listen to music a lot. I love music. I grew up in a very musical family in the listening sense, but never even thought about creating music. And so on one fateful night when the power went out and nobody could see my face because the lights were out, but we had a battery-powered karaoke speaker, and I karaokeed in front of 10 of my family members, and they thought I was the best. It didn't sound very good to me, because back then my voice was not mature, but they thought it was the best thing they ever heard. And so I just kept building on that, and I kept singing in front of more people, and then more friends. And then my uncle, we went to a local bar on the river, and my uncle quite literally pushed me onto the stage with this band, and this band was like, oh my gosh, this 15-year-old, like, he's not going to be very good. And ended up having, you know, a little bit of potential there. You know, I sang and the crowd loved it, and from then on it just was a slow build. You know, I just started sitting in more. I started writing a little bit. I got my first guitar in the summer of 21, and then I got my first song in December of 21, and it just kind of built. And then last November I got the golden ticket, and it's just been up since there.
The golden ticket. And I know you said you will always be a musician, but your passion extends well beyond that guitar. You graduated last year as a valedictorian. You have been studying biology at LSU. You're just taking a little break right now. I know faith is an important part of your journey as well. So where do you think this will all lead you next?
That's a great question, and hopefully I know that answer pretty soon, but I do know one thing. I have this very, very certain feeling inside of me that I'm put on this earth to heal. You know, healing is my mission. And there's multiple ways you can go about that. You can heal through music, which is what I'm trying to do right now, but I can also heal in the physical sense. You know, I've always wanted to be a physician for years now, and so that's been my career path. That's technically still my career path, and it just is all going to be a matter of whether or not the country music industry decides that I have a place big enough to that I can heal people around the world. And if that's not the case, if it's just not something that I could pursue full-time, music, then I'll go heal physically, and I'll pursue medicine and become an oncologist, because my area back home, it's called Cancer Alley because we have a very high rate of cancer because there's many chemical plants near us. So that's certainly needed there, but we also need healing through music. So it's just a matter of whatever the country music audience decides will be.
That is true faith, my friend. Thank you so much.
you.
I appreciate it. You're going to be healing some hearts at the Opry tonight. Check him out. Visit johnfmusic.com to see his tour dates and listen to his tunes. Again, that's johnfmusic.com. Thank you.
Thank you so
Happy
much.
birthday.
Thank you.